Hello and welcome back to yet another episode of On the Slab Horror Show, and yet another episode when me and the King are both here. But first of all, King, why do we do this on a Friday night?
Because Friday night is horror night. Woo!
Absolutely, it is.
That was a
Yeah,
stylistic way of doing it there, what it was, I don't
it
know.
was. It was a little bit different. It didn't feel right. It just
Okay.
didn't feel right. But we'll give it a bash this week and see. Um, this week we are continuing our production company series that we
hmm
started obviously a couple of weeks ago with Blumhouse.
That was a great one.
Um, Was, yeah, some great movies in there. Absolutely great couple of picks. Can't believe we had so many matches for an unbeknownst list of five.
I know, yeah.
I wonder how many we'll have on this one. Um,
Probably more than
I'm gonna say one,
one.
maybe one, two, maybe at best.
I,
There's so
well,
many varieties in this
I have a
A24 stuff.
feeling, right? I have a feeling we'll have more than one, but it'll be one that you won't expect.
As I said, we started with Blumhouse last week. This week we're going with arguably probably the best one in the business right
Yeah,
now.
the best.
In terms of film productions alone, I think
Thank.
they've produced my number one movie of the year so far in The Iron Claw.
hmm
Obviously not a wrestling movie, or obviously
That's
not
a
a horror
horror
movie,
movie.
but we were just going to do their horror movies only.
Mm.
A24 have certainly put out some absolute fucking bangers over the last 10 years.
Well,
Um,
because of their films, I eased up my opinion on modern horror a little bit.
yeah,
So
I,
that's
I,
that.
I would say you definitely did, yeah.
Yeah. So I've a special place for A24. You know,
Yeah, they're giving King a new lease of life.
rising me
Yeah,
from the grave.
yeah. The old dog can like new films. Watch as they make a remake of American Werewolf now or
Oh,
something.
shut up, you.
I actually couldn't picture A24 doing remakes. I don't
No,
think, but
they might
um,
eventually down the road when they run out of ideas, but you never know.
they're killing it at the minute though.
Maybe.
But as I said, five apiece. You went first on Blumhouse, so
Yeah.
I'll go first on this one,
Awesome.
if that's all right with you.
Yeah. Walk away.
My number five is a Kevin Smith movie,
Oh,
Tusk.
God.
It's the most random, fucked
Yeah.
up movie, but
And
it's got horror royalty in it.
didn't that come from an internet thing he put up or something, wasn't it?
I'm not sure where
It
it
was. I
came
think it
from.
was. I think it was this podcast or something. Now, I could be wrong now, but if I when he was doing his podcast, he was asking people to give him ideas for a horror
A
film,
movie.
and he took a load of them and then he mushed them all together, and that's what you got. Like it was a mad film.
I remember watching this and I was sitting there and I was like, Kevin Smith, it's gonna be a comedy. No, no, it was not. And it's got Justin Long in it, who is horror royalty. I don't
Oh,
care what anyone
absolutely,
says.
absolutely.
But I remember watching this the first time and the meme hadn't gone around because memes weren't really a big thing in 2015.
Yeah,
And it was like Justin Long, when you see him in a horror film, you just know he's not going to
he's not
be
going to
okay.
survive.
Yeah. This was a strange film. There's some
And Johnny,
great graphics in it.
Johnny Depp was in this, wasn't
Johnny Depp was in it,
he?
yeah.
Yeah,
Harley Quinn was in it. Obviously, Kevin Smith's or
daughter,
Harley Quinn Smith or whatever her
Harley
name
Quinn
is. Yeah.
Smith. Yeah.
Kevin Smith's doing a Rob Zombie on it and just keeps casting her.
Yeah, sure. If she's
Yeah.
good, you know, but
Uh,
like then again,
She's better than Sherry Moon.
well,
That
you
wouldn't be
know,
hard.
Greg hates Sherry Moon. I'm gonna
It's
do that
true.
now every episode. Anyone you don't like, Greg hates. Blah
It's
blah blah.
true. Well, I mentioned that's one out last week, or one in the last episode, and one now.
Yeah. So that's
So
there we
wait,
go.
we'll have to find our next production company, and I'll have to find someone that I hate out of that.
Brilliant.
But yeah, Tusk was my number five.
An interesting film. Um, yeah.
Yeah, it might be one of those one watch and done for a lot of people, but
Yeah.
I thought his
I
design and his vision was good.
yeah. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen, but like it's on Prime, I think, at the minute. But I've no real desire to look at it again.
Yeah, it's
Just, but it's good though. Good that it made the list. My number five is, if you remember me telling you about when I had the heart attack and I was in hospital, and it was the film I watched two, 2 days after my heart attack in the dark, and
two days after he died.
yeah, and came back to life. It was The Lighthouse.
Absolutely phenomenal movie. It just missed out on mine. It was between
Mm,
that and Tusk.
yeah, that's fair.
Um,
Oh, what a
I think
film.
Willem Dafoe and Robert Pattinson was just it's just another mad movie.
Yeah,
Robert Eggers.
yeah. This is the
Yeah,
film for me that made me sit up and take notice of Robert Pattinson more so. You know,
yeah.
because like up until the point, just this point, he was my fucking hero in Twilight. So you know
Oh yeah.
yourself, King
No,
loves
oh no, I
Twilight.
was Team
So
Jacob.
yeah, well, it's what it is. You know.
How could you not go for the Werewolf King? I'm disappointed in you.
You see, that's my dark secret is that I actually really prefer vampires. Fuck's sake.
um, well, it's not true. You have one on your arm, don't you?
I do, but I prefer well. It's like we said before. It's very hard to get proper werewolves, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know.
Um, this was a strange one because I didn't know what to expect. Obviously, I hadn't seen this before. You were telling me about it,
Mm.
and you didn't tell me much about it. You were just like, just go and watch it. And I watched it one night after work. I came home at like 5 in the morning. I was like, I threw it on, and I was like, what the fuck is this?
Fucking
Uh,
mental. I love it in black and white though. I just think it adds to the atmosphere.
And I mean, like we've seen Eggers go on to do some absolutely great things, and now we're going to see him do Nosferatu in at the end of the year.
Excited.
Yeah,
I am excited
here
for
we
that.
go.
Yeah, I can't wait for that.
The one and only remake the King's looking forward to.
Oh hell yeah! Because I'd say, look, Eggers won't do his shit go over. He understands the IP. I think.
I'm I'm going to call it now, right?
Mm.
Don't be surprised if that needs 2 or 3 films to finish.
Yeah, I wouldn't be against it. So,
I mean, the story is so broad that you could just keep going, but
sure,
don't be surprised. And you've heard it here first.
wasn't there a film made with just about one chapter? The Last Voyage of the Demeter, the Demeter,
But that
whatever you
wasn't
call it.
that wasn't that wasn't Nosferatu.
No, but it
That
was
was
Dracula though.
Dracula.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like, yeah,
yeah. That last voyage in the minute was good though.
that was a great film. Yeah.
Uh,
Right, number four.
right. The Lighthouse was good. So this is a movie that you actually got me to rewatch, um, because the first time I watched it, I fucking hated it. Because I didn't sit and watch it properly. The people knocked to the door. I went and got food. I had
Oh
my
no.
phone. When I sat and rewatched it, it was just off the charts. I sat and watched it in the dark. Number 4 for me was The Witch.
Wow, brilliant.
Yeah. Anya Taylor
Brilliant.
Joy is probably her breakout role.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, Absolutely phenomenal. And then even there, even it still plays in my mind up until today. Like even when I went on a walk with the kids and my missus a couple of weeks ago to Glendalough, and there was 2 of those big sheep. And one of them was black. I took a picture of it and I sent it in. I was like, "Look, it's Black Phillip."
Mm. Deadly.
Um,
What a cool
the film is just dripping.
it's my number two. Just so we know.
Oh, so there we go. Well, that's now I'm surprised because I was expecting something different in there.
I know you were.
Uh,
Uh,
but okay, so 4 and 2. So King doesn't get a second pick.
but I want to talk about it though.
Yeah,
I love, and I love how it's filmed, how it's kind of grainy, but only the most minimal amount of grain in it,
yeah.
and I like the way they use the genuine old English language in it. Just the kids and like again, the kids in it the little kids are creepy, but they're
Oh,
brilliant.
fucking arseholes.
Yeah, but like, and then Black Phillip is just fucking class. Like,
I mean, the goat technically doesn't do anything. He just
no,
appears from
he's
time to
there.
time.
Yeah,
But then at the end, when he walks on the 2 legs, you're like, what
yeah,
the fuck?
yeah,
But it's even weirder because goats actually can do that.
yeah.
And like,
Goats are
remember then
fucking mental.
remember I sent you that video of the goat leading the chicken into the
Yeah.
hen house. I was like, what the fuck? He's just walking the chicken in. I was like, yeah, that chicken not coming out of there.
It's because he's the goat.
Yeah, good one, good one.
Right.
Yeah. Well, what you got it for?
I have. This is probably the one you thought would have been higher, actually. Midsummer.
Yeah, good luck with that. That's what I thought was going to be somewhere up higher. Yeah.
No, and do you know something? You'll be surprised with my next one. Um, but Midsummer, I love Midsummer. I know you're not a huge fan of it, but I love the fact that it's in very deep contrast to, we'll say, the likes of The Witch. The Witch is very dark. where Midsummer
Yeah,
is
this is
very
bright.
bright. It's so bright, and like the horrors unfolding, sorry, in front of you, and there's nothing you can do. You're just sitting back. You have to watch it, like all horror films. But like
Yeah,
the fact that it's done in bright daylight, and it's this like Swedish cult. And funny enough, I asked a friend of mine who is Swedish, who I worked with for years. I
yeah.
said it to her. I said, "Does that kind of shit go on in your country?" And she's like, "Well, you know." Uh,
To an extent,
she kind of didn't say yes, she didn't say no. So
uh, like when I was in it's not as creepy as that. But when I was in college, I went to a friend's house in an unknown. I'm not going to say the county because if they're listening, they'll know, or if they're listening, they'll know anyway.
County
But
Hell.
we ended up going to a party on this little island in the middle of a lake,
Mm,
right? And they started burning shit on Halloween,
deadly.
and all I could think of was the likes of that and
Wicker Man.
Wicker Man. I was like, I stood at my back to a wall, and I was like, I just want to get off this island.
Yeah,
Like you had to get a
understandable.
little boat out to it.
Oh, deadly.
And people keep trying to hand me drinks. I'm not drinking that. No, fuck you.
It's homemade. No, thanks, man.
It's
Uh,
homemade and it'll stay homemade.
Florence Pugh was brilliant in this, man. She was brilliant.
She was, as I says, you said, I'm not a huge fan of this.
Mm.
I think I prefer this one over what I'm probably sure is going to be on your list elsewhere.
Yeah, I'd say
Um,
yeah. It's not on your
I
list, right,
definitely,
man?
no, I definitely watched this one over the other one
All right, okay.
quicker.
All right.
Um, but we'll keep that battle. There's no point in me
Yeah.
saying shit about it.
No, no.
No,
So number 3, what have you got for us?
right, we're going down under here for me. This was the last big one that A24 brought out. And Talk to Me.
A bad
This
film, yeah.
was phenomenal.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought I was glued to this.
Yeah.
The weird hand and like the thing for this, the ads for this was just phenomenal, making it look like someone's recording it on a phone,
Yeah.
and like even their eyes. Oh,
Mad film. I love,
it was
yeah.
brilliant.
Very enjoyable. Yeah.
Um, let's see, like it's enjoyable in terms of thing, but it's a kind of an uncomfortable watch
Yeah. Yeah.
because you see her just getting worse and worse and worse.
Yeah.
And like it's just like it's dark, it's grisly, um, and like it's probably something you'd see people do. Like you see people do Ouija boards at
Yeah.
parties and stuff. Why not just hold this weird hand?
See what happens.
Yeah. Talk with the dead for a few minutes. Okay. Um, yeah, I thought it was very good, especially for a lot of kind of unknown actors to come in and make this kind of movie.
Yeah. Very good.
Um, yeah, very enjoyable. It's on Netflix now, I think.
Yeah, it is, yeah. Right.
Right, what you got a tree?
This is the one you probably will have not guessed. Film that you taught me about.
Ooh.
And I fucking love this film. And if you remember,
Oh,
I recently only saw it and I was raving about it for fucking days. It is Pearl.
okay. So this is my number two.
No way.
Yeah,
Deadly. Tell me,
Pearl is phenomenal.
oh man, it's again how it's filmed. It's like this weird fucking backwards fucking 50s look, but like like those
Yeah.
postcards that you used to see years ago.
Oh,
Um,
it was phenomenally shot by Ty West.
oh man,
Even down to the outfits, the costume design in this probably could have got an Oscar nod, even though it was so basic.
yeah, yeah. But even the
Um,
music and all in it, and just oh man, Mia Goth's fucking class in it. Like,
yeah, she's just that scene after she wrecks the place.
oh
And you're
man,
like, what the fuck? And she just goes off and like gets her knocks off with your man in the cinema.
yeah, yeah.
You're like, what the fuck is going on here?
Fucking mental.
Um, but I think a lot of people have this as better than X.
I think it is. That's in my opinion. I prefer text.
It's definitely shot better.
Yeah,
It's more visually striking
yeah.
than X. X was dark and grisly.
And there's nothing wrong with our X, by the way.
No,
We both
oh,
love X.
X is phenomenal as
Yeah.
well.
And we're expecting big things from Maxine. So
Oh baby, Oh, here we go. And I said it in our group chat. I says if Maxine is as good as Pearl and X, it'll go down as one of the best film trilogies ever.
Yes, yes,
It
100%.
definitely goes down as one of the best horror film trilogies ever.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it could be quite possibly the best modern horror trilogy. Put it that way.
Well, in terms of any horror, I think
Well, yeah, no, but
because there's not really many trilogies alone.
yeah, I suppose,
Because
yeah.
normally, if you got the three, like Nightmare on Elm Street got the three and could have stopped,
Sure.
went on and made fucking 5 million more, same as the rest of them.
Yeah, they all
Um,
do it.
yeah, like even I think the Omen is three, and that's it, or it might be four. I'm not sure, but it'll definitely go down as one of the best trilogies in horror history, if not
Yeah,
the best. That's
absolutely.
if Maxine holds up.
Here's hoping.
Yeah, and I mean Ty West hasn't done a bad movie yet, so
Well, let's hope he doesn't start now.
I'll kill him.
But are you
I'll
surprised that
kill him.
it's high up on my list, are you?
No, no. Um, so obviously I don't get a two pick because Pearl just came out. So we
Yeah,
jump back to King for number two.
which was The Witch. So I have that already. We had that
We've done that
already.
one.
So we're down to number one. So back to you.
Number one, a movie that was just mentioned. X is number one for me.
Very cool.
X is phenomenal. I have it a good bit ahead of Pearl.
Mm,
I think the story. I know I give the ending of Texas Chainsaw a lot of shit. But this is as close to filmography like that
mm,
as you're going to get. I think Ty West was phenomenal. I think Jenna Ortega was brilliant as the shy girl that just decides that she wants to be in a porno.
yeah.
Um, Mia Goth was just phenomenal as I'm going to be a star.
Mm,
Brittany
that's
Snow, I think, was just. I think she stole the show to an extent.
yeah. She was brilliant in it.
Um, and then obviously you have the couple, and then Ty West has his overly indulgent, weird scene that used to try and creep people out. Um, but it was such a slow burn movie to get into, but really had a big payoff.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Um, I think it was just brilliant. For me, it nearly made my number one of the year that year.
Yeah, I remember that. It was quite
Yeah,
close, wasn't it?
yeah. I think it finished fourth in the end,
Which is, I mean, that was still
or
high.
third. And
Still
I
high
mean,
up.
for a horror film to get that high is,
Yeah, in your general list, yeah. Fuck that, like.
yeah. Um, but I don't think anyone that knows me would have been surprised that was my number one.
No, no.
Uh,
And well, of course, if anyone knows me, they'll know what my number one is.
Twilight 2.
Yeah, the sparkles arise. No, um, of course, everyone, it's Hereditary.
Absolutely, no surprise there.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have a little couple of minutes here because Greg doesn't like this film, but I do.
No,
This again, this is the film, and this is why I love A24. This is the film that got me into more, well, as I said, more accepting of modern horror. I just love again how it's filmed, and that the one jump scare that fucked everyone
everyone
up.
knows.
Oh, fuck the name. As I said, it fucked up Arlo so much that she was like, "We'll go to bed. Fuck this," you know.
I I wonder if I seen this in the cinema, would it have been any different?
Possibly, possibly,
Like,
yeah.
I think if I had seen The Witch in the cinema,
Oh, I would
I'd
have
have
loved
loved
that.
it straight away.
Oh, I would have loved that. But like
So
that,
maybe
like
if I seen this one in the cinema, it might have been different.
when all these came out at the time, I was very down on more as well. What did they call it? Elevated horror, wasn't that what they used to call
Fucking
it?
hate that.
Yeah.
Hate that. And
So
I thought it was brilliant in Scream 5, you know, when they're talking to Jenna Ortega at the start.
yeah,
She asked me about elevated horror, asked me about The Witch, asked me about
yeah,
Hereditary, Midsummer.
fuck
And it's
off
like
with
she's
that.
lining out the A24 films. It was
Hmm.
nearly like having a pop at them.
Yeah,
And then there she is in fucking X.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah. Genius.
Oh yeah, man, I love this film. I absolutely love it. Tony Collette is just
Toni
class.
Collette's just an animal.
Oh man, and like everything, like as I said to you before, I hate when there's a chance of a happy ending in a horror film or some sort of light at the end of the tunnel. There's no light at the end of the tunnel in this fucking film. It's fucking brilliant, and that's
I
the way
mean,
I look at
that's
horrors.
I think the mist really
Oh god,
brought that,
yeah,
didn't it?
yeah.
There's no light at the end of that tunnel, and then all of a sudden it's just.
one of the best endings I think to a horror film.
It might actually be the best ending to a horror film.
Yeah, because like you say, it does. Like if you have no idea about that going in to see it, it just takes fucking takes
Well,
the legs from under you. Like,
I was 15 or 14 when that came out in the cinema, and I went to see it. And I was sitting there, and the whole cinema, when the three gunshots go off or the four
mm,
gunshots go off, they were like, and then he gets out, and then when the army come by, everyone was like, "Oh my god!"
yeah, that was fucked up, wasn't it?
But as I says, I'd have probably liked to have seen Hereditary and Midsummer in the cinema. It might have made a
Yeah,
big difference to it, but
yeah.
for me, it just didn't do it, and I've
See,
no real desire to go
mm,
back.
I can understand people not liking it or not wanting to give it the time of day. You know what I mean? But
Hmm.
if you, it's that kind of film. You either like it or you don't like it. I think there's no in between. And like it's as I said to you before, you watch it a couple of times. There's bits happening around that you may not have noticed before because you were trying to focus solely on the storyline or whatever the case may be. There's little bits happening around, and you're just like, wow, that's cool. Just little Easter eggs, I suppose you could say, but they, they pertain to the story, like so.
I will say though, it is beautifully shot as well as
Oh yeah,
Midsummer.
yeah,
Ari Aster, I think, done this one.
yeah.
Yeah, this one. Yeah,
It was his fourth film.
I mean, it's up there as one of the better directorial debuts.
Mm.
It's no Dog Soldier's directorial debut,
Oh God, no. No, why would you even say that?
um, but I know a lot of people that love it, and people to be like, "How can you not like it?" And I was like, "Easily, how can I not like it? I didn't like it.
Yeah,
What do you want me to say? Just because
yeah,
it's the narrative that people want me to like the movie doesn't mean I have to like it."
yeah.
I mean,
That's it.
I watch a lot of crap, and I love a lot of the crap movies that I watch.
Yeah,
You're gonna tell me, oh, I can't, you can't, they're good? No, I know they're not good. I just enjoy them.
yeah. Exactly, and that's you movies are to be enjoyed by you for whatever reason. That's
Now,
it.
don't get me wrong. You could mention Schindler's List. It's an amazing movie, so well shot.
The present
I
is
didn't
fucking
enjoy it.
no,
I mean, it's a great movie, and it's not an enjoyable watch though, and it's not one that I'm rushing to put on.
no.
Do you know what I mean? So like, I understand, but people that tell me they'll sit and watch this time after time, I'm like, I don't see it being that rewatchable.
Oh, you're talking about Hereditary?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I thought you
I,
meant Schindler
I'm just
List.
liking it to Schindler's List, as in
Yeah,
you're not
yeah,
going to
yeah.
rush to put it back on. Someone that'll tell me they'll sit and watch that 3 or 4 times a year, I'm like, you're a liar.
So, do you remember? We'll wrap this up in a minute, right? But do you remember I was telling you that it took me? I'd only watched it once for like nearly 2 years. Do you remember that?
Yeah, yeah,
Cause
that was up until what, the end of last year.
yeah, and it was until Kerry said, "Yeah, I want to watch it now." So
Mhm.
we watched it together, and it was just it had such an effect on me in a good way. You know what I mean? And we watched it, and again, I was looking at bits I could see, but she even enjoyed it. You know?
I mean, sometimes it takes something like that to get into a movie, doesn't it?
Ah,
Like, I
yeah,
wouldn't have rewatched The Witch if it wasn't for yous
yeah, yeah,
having a go. I probably wouldn't have watched The Purge if it wasn't for Ted.
yeah.
One that I recently rewatched, it's shot very similar to the likes of Midsummer and Hereditary. Shout out to Ant that I used to work with. He got me to rewatch The Village.
Oh, it was great, yeah.
Um, I,
Only really enjoyed it because rewatched it for recast.
yeah, but
You
I
know?
just rewatched it just beforehand
Yeah,
because one of the lads got me to.
and it was very good.
I, but like, I think I will eventually sit down and rewatch it again.
Yeah.
Um,
And when you do, we'll have a chat about it on the show.
yeah,
You
I
can give
haven't.
your you can give your
Shite.
honest yeah you can give your honest review of it. That's what we
How
do. We do an
how
honest review.
I mean, we've done one. Well, I always do an honest review, but I've done
Yeah.
one really honest review, and I think I might have broke the world record for swearing.
Well, yeah,
Uh,
understandable.
Um, I mean, I'm not surprised with your number one.
No,
Um,
and
yeah, I think again, as I said in Plumhouse, my number one went in straight away. My
Same.
number two went in straight away, and then it was just about where I put the other ones.
Yeah. No, I'd say up until I saw Pearl, Midsummer would have been number three, but when I saw Pearl, I
That
just
was
yeah.
fantastic, wasn't
Oh
it?
man, love it.
And her mentality going from almost innocent to completely and utterly
Psychotic.
psychotic.
Yeah. She does it
And
so
like,
well.
and then I remember. Do you remember when Pearl had just first come out, and I'd seen it before all yous did?
Yeah.
I know you've only seen it recently, and because I had a VPN to watch it.
Yeah.
But do you remember when I sent in that clip or the screenshot of someone giving out about Ty West ripping off Wizard of Oz because
Yeah.
there's the scene of her standing with the thing, and you're like, what? I was like, what part of this aren't you getting? It's not ripping the Wizard of Oz off.
No. No.
And I'm like, some people just went in to try and hate it.
Fuck that shit.
Um,
That's
yeah,
their
I
loss
think
if they're
Ty
not
West.
enjoying it.
I think Ty West actually turned a lot of people. Because I imagine a lot of people went in to hate that because two of them got released in the space of 6 months.
That's right. Yeah.
And he dominated everything for that.
I'm
So
really so. I'm
yeah,
really so.
and
You
now we
know,
have Maxine due out in a couple of months.
a couple of months. But you know what, Greg? I'm loving doing these little episodes. I think we should keep going with them, as I said to you.
Oh yeah, well we'll run the series. We'll get another.
Yeah.
I think there should be at least another 5 to
Oh,
10.
we'll get that. Yeah, absolutely.
Um, but for now, like A24 and Blumhouse done two of the biggest ones in the business at the minute.
Yeah,
You'll have to
absolutely.
tune in a couple of weeks to see what the next one is.
Absolutely, and as well as that, Greg, there's a lot of cool guests coming up. If you like your indie horror, Greg is your man. G-Man is your man. Absolutely, he's kicking ass with the guests at the moment. So,
King not might make it to every episode, but his hands are in every episode.
oh yeah,
Quite literally,
absolutely,
because he edits everything. Um,
absolutely,
as I says, it's a team effort, and occasionally we see Tombstone in there as well.
yeah.
Um,
He's a good lad. He's a good
when
lad,
when
is our
when
Tombstone.
when called upon.
We have a little batch signal for him. The
Yeah,
Ted signal.
same bat channel, same bat time.
Yeah.
Um, but folks, this has been the second part of your production company series. You've got another 9 in this one. No, another 8 in this one, Office.
Not bad. That's not a bad go.
I mean, it's better than the 6 you got the week before because we matched. But as I said, it's 8 there to watch. A24 killing everything. There's
Yeah.
about 5 or 6 more due out this year. Um, absolutely get on it. Anything A24 is gold at the minute.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Um,
But before we go, right?
11.
No, you're wrong. It was 15.
Damn.
No. Just a random film to watch for people to watch. Throw one off the top of your head, and for the following week, just to watch.
Random.
Yeah.
Shout out to former guests Sarah and Sean Robinson and their movie Life of Bell.
Okay.
That was my pick. It can be found on Kings of Horror YouTube, or if anyone wants to reach out, I can send them a link to it.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, we'll put the link. Well, you can hit us up on this or whatever, and we'll throw you a link or whatever.
What have you got for us?
Return of the Living Dead. Mr.
Oh,
Tarman.
Jesus Christ! I go for an indie fucking horror, and you go with Return of the Living Dead.
Damn right. Damn right. More brains.
Absolutely. They're coming to get you, Barbara.
I love it. No, that's Night of the Living Dead.
Oh, so that's Night. Yeah, I always
Return of
mix
the
the two
Living
of them
Dead.
up. Yeah.
Tarman. Brains.
Tarman, yeah.
Yeah.
Tarman was brilliant, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Did you have a Tarman t-shirt?
No, I wanted to get one, but I never got it in the end. So,
Oh.
you know, maybe you'll get me one for my birthday. I don't know.
Maybe. Maybe. Or
Right.
maybe I'll just pour a lot of hot tar on you and make you Tarman.
I won't be saying brains. I'm like, Jesus.
Get it off! Folks, well, seeing as he's gone with Return of the Living Dead, I will finish this the way I finish every single episode, which comes from the mind of this man. In the words of the great George A. Romero, ladies and gentlemen, stay scared.
Woo.